Justin Fields' development and the Bears possibly winning the NFC North. Now, let me get this out of the way. I don't think they're going to win the NFC North. I think it's going to be the Lions. But I think a lot of people are sleeping on the Bears. I think they're one of the most improved teams after this offseason. Obviously, Justin, obviously everything hinges on the passing game. But it's I don't it's the classic oh, they were horrible last year, so they might be better, but they won't make that big of a jump. But it's why? Most teams that are bad, here's what I'll say. The way of rebuilding has really changed. From I think an optic standpoint is I feel like owners and GMs were scared to completely tear down their team because they don't want to look like the worst team in the league. They don't want to be the worst guys, right? I feel like recently you've seen teams way more willing to just get rid of everybody so they can start the rebuild right now. And I think that's what the Bears did, and I think they got better. I think the Bears are where the Lions were last year. I feel like we're 1 year behind. So I think Justin Fields could win he's a dark horse for the MVP. Really think about it. Without Justin, did they win even 3 games last year? I don't think so.
Definitely not. Dude, I got a lot of good things to say. But I've been rocking with you guys here this offseason. I got a lot of things to say about the Bears. I'm gonna keep it up. The more you look at it, the more you realize, all right, look, D-line situation again. Maybe the weakest part of the team, and that's fine though, because you have good pieces on the D-line, right? It's okay, DeMarcus Walker, solid piece. Andrew Billings, a solid piece. Again, you got Justin Jones, not very exciting. Travis Gibson, it is what it is. But other than that, I'll say Kyler Gordon. We knew he didn't play a good corner last year. I think he can make a huge jump. We know corners sometimes go from playing garbage that rookie year to where you're wow.
I think
that's what we were drafting.
Longer to develop too.
No, exactly. So it's Kyler Gordon steps up, and Jalen Johnson. That could be a really nice cornerback duo. We love the safety duo. I love Jaquan Brisker. I think he's in line for a huge jump this year. And then you already know how I feel about the O-line, the receiving core. Justin Fields. Last thing I really say, because I've said a lot about the Bears offseason. I'll let you go back and say more. But my thing is, bro, Justin Fields has probably, I'm thinking about this, who has the most pressure on them this year? It actually might be Justin. Because I've thought, where I keep saying, he has the most pressure, I've been thinking, right, Justin's the guy who the Bears just skipped on the first pick. They're yeah, you're the guy.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take Bryce Young. You're the guy. So that is already on your shoulders. They drafted you tackle. They could have literally went the route of starting a whole new contract. So you already have that weight on your shoulders, knowing you have to be the guy, because then they're screwed if you're not. And they give you this whole really good O-line unit. They gave you this really solid receiving core. They gave you a really nice running back room. The defense stepping up. Whereas now, there's no more excuses, really. Justin has to perform. And if Justin doesn't perform, I want to acknowledge that Justin's kind of in that same, I don't want to say that Tua category, but he has a lot of haters.
He
has a ton of haters. And it's that's just going to be so much worse if he doesn't have an explosive year, because he's got to shut those haters up. It's got to be that shut that how Tua was doing before he got injured. Yeah. It's got to be that same vibe.
It does have to be. I'm not here just to blindly defend Justin. My thing is at the end of the day, he has to step it up in the passing game. But I will say this is weapons are improved. This has been the talk of the whole offseason. Everyone calls him a running back. Bro, he was a passer at Ohio State. So to say that is ignorant, because he was doing what he had to do last year. But you can tell when people actually are watching the games and stuff like that. It's just to say that he can't pass the ball is stupid. Regardless if he does it well or not is a different story, but he definitely has the capability. He's probably got one. I would say comfortably he's got one of the better deep balls in the league.
For sure. No, that's the thing is we just got to see it get more consistent.
But if
see the play calling get more consistent.
Yeah, I honestly think at the end of the year, Luke Getsy was kind of told to just phone it in. We're so close to a top pick.
Of course, and they would never tell that stuff's never gonna be talked about publicly.
No,
but if we're being realistic,
I don't know. NFC North Bears, could they possibly become second in the division? I don't think the Packers are. I don't think the Packers are going to be horrible, but I definitely don't see them hopefully, I don't see them finishing above the Bears. You have a guy who's taken 80 snaps in the NFL. you're banking on all that to be better than a quarterback who has 2 years of experience now.
No, right. Well, I'm higher on the Packers than most people, but I do agree the Bears will be better this year.